All right, guys, midterms are around the corner. We got exactly 37 days until this country is going to take a turn for the better or for the worse. So it's very important that everybody is registered to vote. Dinesh D'Souza, if you haven't seen the movie Death of a Nation, please go see that movie. It's a great movie, but don't just see it for yourself. Show it to people. Show it to your friends. Show it to family. Show it to people. Promote that movie, basically, because what Dinesh lies out in that movie, irrefutable facts about the Democrat Party and the state that they're in right now. The Democrat Party is just full of negativity and bad energy. They call themselves the party of resistance now, but they can't resist their urge to spew out insane rhetoric and hate. It's the party of lies. Democrat Party, it's the party of anger, the party of fear, the party of intolerance, the party of violence. Their business model, if they were a business, their business model sucks, right? They can't win on policy, so they appeal to emotion by lying to people. They tell people, yeah, we're going to get you X, Y, and Z. It's going to be free healthcare. It's going to be free education. They don't ever consider that the U.S. has finite resources and somebody has to pay for all that free shit that they're promising. Not to mention they want to bump up the minimum wage and abolish ICE and have open borders, all while promising free healthcare and free benefits, and we're going to vote Trump out. That anybody that's a free thinker can see right through that. Anybody that's a free thinker is going to say, wait a minute, hold up. Let me hear the opposition. There has to be, this sounds too good to be true. You're promising me that I'll have the same outcome as someone else if I just have this, that, and the third. And that's why people are slowly starting to walk away. I just really hope it translates in the voting column, because it's one thing to say, I'm walking away from Democrats, I'm done, I hate them, they're not good. That's not the party I align myself with anymore. But will that translate to votes? Are people actually going to vote based on their values? Or are they just deciding, yeah, I'm walking away, I'm done with Democrats? I think that's so important. I'm obviously I'm voting Republican down the board. I don't care. I can't align myself with a party that's full of so much hate and anger and vitriol and resistance to Trump. They're resisting everything about Trump. They resist anyone who knows Trump. That's wrong. Like with this Kavanaugh thing, it doesn't matter that he had these sex assault allegations. If he were accused of running a red light, they would resist him. It doesn't matter that he's a straight white Christian male. It doesn't matter. Trump could elect or nominate I don't know, transgendered black female who's Islamic here illegally and a vegan, right? And they would still oppose that Supreme Court nominee. That's how the Democrats operate. They appeal to emotion, they lie to people, they incite violence, they invoke fear in people to create this anger and animosity. That's why you're seeing so much anger towards the straight white Christian male, because they blame the straight white Christian male for the disparities going on in the black communities, the Hispanic communities, any community that they see as oppressed. And they lie about their promises. Their promises are rooted in this false belief that they can generate and legislate equal outcomes. There's no such thing as equal outcomes in society. There never have been and there never will be. Take, for example, nature, right? Nature does not generate equal outcomes. You could plant 4 apple seeds in the same field with the same nutrient-dense soil. They could have water, sun, all the same possibilities to become a successful, vibrant, fruitful apple tree, but you're going to have 4 different apple trees. Some aren't going to sprout as many leaves. Some are going to have shorter branches. Some won't produce as many apples. It's human nature. There's going to be unequal outcomes. But you see what the Republican Party stands for is equal opportunity, right? Equal opportunity is all that's ever going to truly exist. That's the closest we'll ever get to a utopia, is having equal opportunity, not equal outcome. But that's the promise of the Democrat Party, is let's raise the floor for everyone. Let's bring in people from across the border. Let's Let's abolish ICE. Everyone gets an opportunity. We're going to have free healthcare. We're going to have free schooling. We're going to raise the minimum wage to $15 everywhere. Everything's going to be absolutely free. Housing is a human right. And what they're doing is they're taking advantage of people who don't have fundamental economic principles, people who don't understand finances, people who pretty much just don't think for themselves. They're viewing the world through CNN goggles. There's a lot of people right now, unfortunately, friends, family, people we know, they're viewing the world through CNN goggles. They're thinking whatever CNN, mainstream media tells them to believe. So let's keep talking about the Democrats and why they suck. I am so disgusted with that party. They appeal to emotion. I hate the way that they campaign. They campaign on appealing to emotion. This guy running for governor down here, Andrew Gillum, he's got every celebrity you can name endorsing him. There's going to be concerts. He's got Hillary coming down here. He just had Michelle Obama down here. Hillary's coming down. Bernie Sanders. It's all about popularity with the left. And I fell victim to that back in 2008 and 2012 when Barack had all the rappers making songs about him, all the Hollywood entertainers, they were talking him up so much. And I felt so emotional about it. I'm like, yeah, like this is good. You gotta vote for this guy. Like, look how many people support him. All my favorite rappers and musicians and athletes, they all endorse this guy. He's great. That's the same exact campaign strategy they're using right now to mobilize the youth vote. Because it really targets the youth. It targets the youth. So that's what they're doing down here. That's what the Democrats do because they cannot win on policy. It's a fact. There's not a single policy that they put forth that helps people get out of their current situation. Think about the richest people the richest, most wealthiest people Are they dependent on the government or are they independent? See, that's what free thinking does for you. It allows you to step out, zoom out, and say, okay, yeah, all the stuff that they're promising me sounds great, but it would feel so much better if I could do it on my own. If I could do this myself, I would be much better off. You think about people depending on the government. People don't depend on the government because they're poor. They're poor because they depend on the government. Democrats need people to be poor. Think about that. They need people to need them. They need people to be struggling. They need people to be homeless. They need people to be on welfare and Section 8 housing. They need that stuff. They don't need people free thinking, deciding, you know what, I can actually do this for myself and I can do it better. I'm going to have tenfold satisfaction because of it. See, that's how it works with them over there. And I see right through that diabolical scheme. And so many more people are starting to do it. They're starting to walk away. We just need it to translate to votes. That's all that really matters is who's going to vote and who they're going to vote for. I find it extremely hard to believe that there are undecided voters out there. I'm sure that there are, but it's just so hard to believe because we have polar opposite philosophies going against each other. You got Donald Trump. Donald Trump is all about America. He's all about America, right? I love that quote that he gave at the UN last week. He said, let me see if I can actually say the quote. Pretty much said, we reject the ideology of globalism and we embrace the doctrine of patriotism. And America will never surrender its sovereignty to an unelected, unaccountable global bureaucracy. Those words like serenaded me. Those are that's music to my ears because the Democrat Party, they're all about global governance. They're all about yeah, we should share resources with our friends around the world and let's have all this and let's have all these people come here and let's shift away from America. America's bad, America's evil, it's this patriarchy that's destroying America. Western civilization has caused this much pain and suffering around the world. Nothing could be further from the truth. See, back to those lies that they tell. They tell lies as if capitalism hasn't lifted more people out of poverty worldwide than any other socioeconomic system you can name. They're all about the socialism right now. So I find it really hard to believe that someone's in the middle that can't decide if they're pro-America or pro-globalism. How could someone be undecided on that? I feel like people are just going to vote. People's minds have already been made up. They're either voting for Trump, they're voting for Republicans, or they're voting for these unhinged, insane Democrats. And they don't care. They don't care how unhinged the left is. They're going to vote Democrat regardless because they hate Trump. See what I mean? I feel like everybody is completely divided. So what really matters most is registering to vote, making sure you vote. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, hit the notifications button so you guys can get notified when I make new videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video.